Jeffrey teases you for going to sleep early. Look everyone, he has a bedtime, what a loser. Who goes to sleep at this time? But you get a great night of sleep, whilst Jeffrey's still online gossiping on Discord and playing Valorant. 4 AM rolls around and Jeffrey finally gets into bed, but he can't sleep without fapping first. Jeffrey refuses to ever try to improve his sleep. He doesn't realize how important it is not only for health, but more importantly for aesthetics. By the time Jeffrey actually falls asleep, you wake up nice and early to start your morning workout. Jeffrey will find some way to insult you for this, but for now, he's dreaming about his favorite thing. I made some great progress when I first started lifting weights and building muscle, but that was because I was living at home with family, and the only bad habits I was doing was playing video games. But even then, I wouldn't play late. I'd always be in bed at 9 PM. Fantastic. Until I went to university and became a degenerate, and it got worse and worse. I was still making gains, but my rate of growth must have been so much slower than if I had just prioritized my sleep. By my second year of university, this is what a normal day would look like. I'd wake up on some days at 11 AM, and some other days, I'm not lying, I'd wake up at 6 to 9 PM, depending on how up I got last night. If I went out to a nightclub or a party, we'd start getting lit around 10 PM, pre-drinking, taking drugs like crackheads. We'd go out and have fun till around 2 AM. That's when the fun stops, but we carry on. The club closes at 3 AM. All of the crackheads who stayed in the club till the very end are escorted out of the club by the bouncers, and we all just wander the streets like we have no place to be, until you hear it. The beautiful words, "I'm having an after party." Ah, yes. We go to some dirty student house. It's 4 AM at this point, and call the dealer to get more drugs. Soon the drugs arrive and everyone's happy and friendly for the next 20 minutes. And then people start leaving. The attractive girls would always leave first. Then the popular athlete kind of guys would leave. Then the normal people, including me, would go back home, leaving just the total crackheads who had serious problems to continue. We'd get back to my place at around 7 to 8 AM. We'd literally see healthy university students going to class at this time, and we're like the creatures of the night. I'd usually get back to my place with the girl. It's literally 11 AM and we sleep. We wake up at 7 PM, order food from Deliveroo, and at 10 PM we do it all over again. Adonis understands the importance of sleep more than most. He looks around at the men of today who voluntarily choose weakness over strength. He tries to help them, but they don't want his help. He doesn't understand it. Adonis rests so that his energy can be replenished. Then he can be ready for another day of conquering challenges and helping people. It seems like the average man doesn't want this, and that's crazy. And then Adonis sees you. A young man on the pursuit of his self-improvement. A young man who's actively trying to better his sleep. Adonis nods his head in respect. Muscle isn't built from lifting weights. Muscle is built by recovering from lifting weights. And the only way we truly recover is through sleep. By improving your sleep, not only will you instantly make more muscle, but your testosterone will rise and you'll feel more like a man. You'll become stronger, fitter, mentally healthier and happier. You'll have better relationships. You'll focus more when you're studying. Everything in your life gets better when you improve your sleep. This should be your focus. So let me ask you a question. You need to wake up at 6 AM and you want 8 hours of sleep. What time do you get into bed? Everyone will say 10 PM because that's 8 hours. But everyone's wrong, because that's assuming that you'll fall asleep instantly. Nice. And that you also have a 100% sleep efficiency. Most people have around 80 to 85% sleep efficiency. That means that you need to be in bed for about 9, maybe more like 10 hours to get 8 hours of sleep. This is when everyone says, no, not me, Hamza, because I don't need 8 hours of sleep. The truth is that after a while, you can't even tell if you're sleep deprived. And that's the easiest way to improve your sleep. Just dedicate more time to being in bed. Unwind, do your nighttime routine, and get into bed 15, maybe 30 minutes earlier than you normally would. Maybe wake up a little bit later if you can. Also, how are you currently waking up? Waking up to an alarm clock is unhealthy and unnatural. When you get snapped out of your sleep, your cortisol hormone gets spiked, which means that stress floods through your body. That means lower testosterone. Think about it, thousands of years ago, we only got snapped out of sleep in a dangerous situation. It's not healthy that we put ourselves through that every single morning. If you can wake up naturally without an alarm clock, that's the best case scenario. If you have to absolutely use an alarm clock for school or for work, I highly recommend using an alarm clock that doesn't wake you up when you're in the middle of a deep sleep cycle. The normal alarm clock on phones aren't good for this. The app Sleep Cycle is the one that I use. Mwah.